Hey y'all. So happy Wednesday. Usually on Wednesdays I go live on Instagram. I guess I could have went live from my other account. I think I have over 1,000. They stopped me from going live on my Sabali Sodality account over there because I don't have 1,000 followers. So it is what it is. But I think on my other account I do, my Sabali Fitness account. So I may go live on there and then see if I can add myself as a guest to that one. I don't know. But anyway, so generally we start our lives by taking 3 deep breaths. So I invite you to sit in a comfortable position. Sit up tall so that your head is reaching toward the sky. Relax through your bottom half. Relax completely. Inhale through your nose, feeling your chest rise, your belly expand. Exhale completely through your nose, feeling your shoulders draw down away from your ears. Inhale again. Inhale till full. And exhale, completely relax your jaw, relax your forehead. One more time, inhale, and inhale deeply. Inhale into your pelvic bowl. Feel your root chakra area expand. And exhale completely. Feel your belly draw back, your ribs knit together, emptying all the air out. So that's how we generally start our lives on Wednesdays. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep going live over here or what exactly I'm going to do, but it's so on par for this topic that I brought to discuss today. In our Sabali Sodality or Say So community, we have a weekly theme and a monthly theme. And so this week was supposed to be all about self-compassion. And part of that self-compassion on our road to learning to build discipline in our lives is being able to pivot. Those two things kind of go hand in hand, especially if you are doing anything specific in your life, trying to build your business or working on building any kind of skill within yourself for personal development. And it's so ironic, but also right on time, that I would not be able to go live on that other account because I was making a big push to do a lot of things over there. And now I'm kind of sitting back and reevaluating. Mercury retrograde, anybody? Hello. And it's so funny too because Facebook generally, in my experience, I noticed during Mercury retrograde, Facebook in particular and Instagram, they usually have a lot of issues, a lot of connectivity issues. My feed is all jacked up. Like I'm seeing posts like way from a year ago, 2 years ago. Like, why am I seeing this now? That's happening very heavily on Instagram and even some on Facebook. My friend requests, I was on one of my accounts and I had gone through a few years ago and just deleted all of my friend requests. I had like 1,000 something pending and I didn't want to keep having to go through and vet everybody. So I just deleted everything. And every now and again, in the last couple of weeks, I'm seeing friend requests from 5 years ago, from 4 years ago. Like, why am I seeing these things now? So it's very interesting, this whole process. Living with the spiritual side of things, because that's really like the big side of things is the spirituality portion. And then our physical life is a very small portion. It just feels big because we are so in tune. And that's one of the lessons that I have learned and kept with me over time. Hey, love, is that we live these lives and whatever we focus on is what is made bigger. And there's nothing more powerful than realizing that applies to your physical life experience right now. You look the way you look because you have focused that into being. You're experiencing life in the way that you're experiencing it because you have called that into being. And the miraculous thing about all this is that just like that, you can make a different choice. I have vowed to, and this has been a little while now, but definitely more lately since I've been on this Venus journey, whenever I look in the mirror, the first thing I tell myself is, wow, you're so beautiful. I tell myself this anytime I look in the mirror. Wow, you're so beautiful. And I believe that with my whole heart, my whole soul. And I just keep telling myself. The same applies for my locks. When my locks used to be like, probably here. I used to be like, oh, I just love my long, beautiful locks. I just love my long, beautiful locks. I wasn't touching nothing, but in my mind, I just love my long, beautiful locks. And they're long and they're definitely beautiful now. So we have the power within us. It's innate. It's something that's automatically built in, even if you don't consider yourself a spiritualist, even if you don't think you are a manifester. You have these things built into you already. If you don't believe me, which I hope you don't, go ahead and try it for yourself. Don't believe in what I'm telling you. You have to take it and utilize it. That's one thing that used to bug me when I used to be at church, is like they would tell us these things, but not the how. Not the how to. And so then I would take them and try to apply them in my own life. And I'm like, that doesn't make sense. If somebody slaps me, I'm not turning the other cheek to them until I learn what that actually means. But that's a discussion for another time. If you don't know, we can talk about it later. But life is about being self-compassionate. It's about taking care of you first, because everything that you do and everything that you experience comes from the inside first. It's built, it's sparked within you, and then you take it outside of yourself. You experience it, and then you interpret it back within yourself. And so a lot of these things, for instance, I have been asking for a lot of different things. I just noticed that the people who put back this piece of furniture, they put it backwards. And so that's what caught my attention. But the things that I have been working on in my life, I have been taking these things on, and I am realizing that the way that I'm viewing them is different from what Spirit is like bringing back to me, what I am really bringing back to me. So I'm asking for love in my life. And what's being reflected back to me is the love, the incredible love that I have for myself, and the incredible love that I have for others, not what they're doing for me. And that's amazing. I love it. I love this whole process and how different it is, because I was listening to Abraham Hicks this morning, and they were talking about how we create our own life experience. And I'm a firm believer in that. But they're saying that, in particular in this audio, we create our experience because we're creating the perception of what we are experiencing. Profound. Blew my mind, right? Because I believe we create our own life experience, but I was missing that perception piece, because it all really is perception. We came here, I'm at the Zenchi Lounge. We came here and gathered in community on Sunday. And there's like 20, 25 people or something like that. And what I was reminded of is that my experience through all of this, because this is my home, right? I live here. I'm here a lot. I am here a lot during the week. And so my experience was, even though I wasn't hosting the event, hallelujah, I don't want to always be hosting, but this is my home. So even though I wasn't hosting the event, I was just a participant. It felt like I was inviting people into my home, into my space. And I was able to interact with people and love on them in a way that it felt like they were coming to my home. They didn't have that experience. I don't know, maybe one or two of them had even been here before, so it was brand new. So that was not their experience, even though we were in the same space. We were cultivating this beautiful, bright, orange-based energy. And we all, hello, love. We all had a very different experience. It's the profound way of life. And I'm not saying any of that. None of the spiritual stuff negates any of the hardships that we experience. Doesn't mean that. Some people were in here and they were not having a good time. I can tell you that for certain, because what happens when you're doing anything spiritual is that something in you is being impacted. And if you are a person who takes this seriously, and really even if you're not, some parts of you are not going to agree with the growth. We were told to look in the mirror and see ourselves. If you don't know this, to really see yourself when you look in the mirror, it's a profound spiritual experience. It really is. That's spiritual work. If you're really seeing yourself, not just looking at yourself, right? That's one thing. It's like the difference between a habit and a ritual, right? There is something about that. There is something that's contained in the ritual. There's some intention that's behind it that doesn't exist in just a habit. And so all of that to say, we were all having very different experiences, even though we were able to cultivate this beautiful sacral energy to uplift and support ourselves, one another in this space. It's amazing what we're able to do when we come together in community, but even more important is the idea of holding a sense of self-compassion, a self-worth, self-love, again, self-compassion. I am a person who is really big on self. So you all will hear me talk a lot about self because that's where it starts and ends. No matter what else is going on outside of you, it starts and ends with you. So I talk about that a lot. But even if we open it up and we look at life as a communal experience, right? We're all together in this community. You will always take you in with that. And the degree to which you are willing to transform in that space, again, is on you. But it's beautiful that we can all come together. I'm the type of person who is very compassionate towards others, but being compassionate towards myself is something that I've struggled with. I haven't enjoyed the process all the time. Usually I don't enjoy the process because I have this standard for myself, right? And it seems in my mind, in my heart, my soul, it seems normal, right? Excellence is required. I don't know where I got that idea, but in my mind, that makes sense. And the wrongness, that if anything is wrong about that, is because it doesn't always feel good when I don't meet those standards. I don't necessarily believe in good and bad in the way that we think of it, because I know without a doubt, 100%, that everything happens for my highest and greatest good, always, always, always. And that belief is an overarching belief in my life. I hope you can adopt some part of that. But when things happen that don't feel so good, then I have to cope with that. And I do it in a myriad of ways, right? I had one of my programs went live on Monday. I'm real big into creating programs, and especially like a 30-day program. I'm big on that. Y'all will see a lot of that. The Venus course, the Venusian course, is a 30-day program. I have that like deep within me to create these different kinds of programs. But I launched this program. It's unique. It's for men and sensuality, and that's a unique concept. And particularly in this day and age, we all need it. Men definitely need it. But what I was realizing is that I have this view of men that, because of my personal life experience, that I was carrying into this course. And so throughout the process, I've been removing some of those beliefs. I've been neutralizing some of those beliefs. And that's helped me so much to be able to connect on a different level. But also, I'm at like the end of that process, because they only have, I'm giving them like 2 more days to register for this course. And it's not packed like I wanted it to be. And so I've had to have a lot of self-compassion for myself. I've had to have a lot of reinforcements built in. I have this playlist on Spotify, and I know right now we're like not doing Spotify for many reasons. I'm working on it. I can't get rid of everything all at one time, but I'm getting rid of things as I can. But it is on, it's called Self on Spotify. And this playlist has been running, and these frequencies have been running like in the back of whatever I'm doing. I'm having it as background music. I am determined to change my belief system. In order to do that, it's like a full-time job. Saying all that to say, in all that process, I'm learning, I have to learn to love on myself through that. that self playlist is helping me a lot. It's reminding me, it's a lot of affirmations on there. Londrell, listen, thank you. Appreciate your work, because you're reminding me that this is a journey. It's not a one-time situation. It's an everyday situation. It's an all-the-time situation. And beloved, I want to tell you specifically, you, whoever is watching this right now, I'm talking to you specifically. You are like a plant, and it's hard as hell to keep yourself alive, just to be alive. And then you add on all the things. You got to deal with the people. You got to deal with yourself. You got to deal with your body doing whatever it's doing at the time. You got to deal with your emotions. It's hard work keeping you alive, and I'm so proud of you for continuing on this journey, because it's not easy. I tell people all the time that being born is really the hard part. Like, that's like, you're like 1 in a million, right? Being born is the hardest part, but really it's the everyday stuff that you got to do. You got to clean your body. You got to clean your mind. You got to brush your teeth. You got to move your body. It's an all the time thing. So be very proud of yourself, okay? Very proud of yourself. And have that self-compassion. And when it becomes time for you to pivot, use it as an opportunity and not a negative indication of anything against yourself. That's what I'm having to learn when I'm launching these courses, and I'm not getting the response that I should. Like, I know y'all need to be doing X, Y, and Z. Like, I know, I'm looking at y'all posts, I'm listening to what you're saying. You need to know that your power comes from within. You need to know that if you put your hand on your heart, you can stop all of that racing mind stuff going on. Put your hand on your heart and just feel it. I'm trying to teach these men this, and it's like I know they need it, but for them to be ready is up to them. Sometimes our work is just putting together the course. Sometimes my work is not actually even running the course. And I've created a lot of courses, so I can definitely attest to that. So be with you today. Love on you today. I do have a course. I think one of you might be in it, at least. That is called Self-Love Daily Meditation. And it's a challenge that I did. I did it as a challenge for February a few years ago. I'm getting ready to update the course again, because that's what I love to do in the next few months, because when I rerun it again in February as an active course, it's anytime. You can join anytime. But when I rerun it as an active course, I have some new material that I want to add into it. Right now, it's just about taking some time every day to meditate. Some meditations are 5 minutes. Some meditations are a lot longer. You should be in it already, Erica. And if not, I will add you in. It's on Facebook. It's the Self-Love Daily Meditation. That one in particular. You should be in it. You got it through a different course that you're in. You got access to it. But if not, I'll put you in there. But like I said, I am going to go through and update it. But yeah, absolutely. It's so important. It's like some meditations are longer, some are shorter, but you do it at your own pace. So it's not like you have to sit down for 2 hours because I provided a 2-hour meditation. It's not like that. And it's multiple different types of meditations, because when people think meditation, they're like, okay, sit down. Oh, y'all can't see my hands, but sit down, do my mudra, cross leg. That's one style of meditation. It's very valid, but it's not the only one. I do tapping meditations. I do Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. I don't know if I put it in that course though, but I've done that. Listen, it's powerful. Sitting down and chanting. Okay, so this is random-ish. I sat down, I did that meditation. I don't know what, I was hosting the yoga and meditation accountability group called YAMX. I held this group, it was a group. I did that for a year and a half or something. But I ended up, it's closed down. There's 50 people still in there. They won't leave. I'm not posting in here anymore. But anyway, so when I was preparing content, I used to prepare a lot of content for them. And I used to, every month I would do a list of yoga and meditation. We had something to do every single day. And anyway, I came across that and I was like, I've never chanted like that before. And it's very powerful. All I was doing is sitting. It's not anything about you have to quiet your mind. It doesn't talk anything about that. You sit and you chant. That's it. You can follow along. They got 5 minutes. They got several hours worth of this chanting. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Listen. I had things happening for me where I was like, what the heck? Like, money was coming out of nowhere. Like, issues in my relationship was like being resolved without me having to like put my hands on it. It was very powerful. And I still come back to it every now and again, but my life is funny. It moves in like these beautiful cycles. All of our lives do, but in particular, when I'm talking about mine, like certain things are for a certain time. Right now, I'm really getting back into my like metaphysical things. And so my life has been around candle magic and learning about different areas of spirituality, witchcraft, metaphysical things. And so that's kind of where I am right now. Most of this year has been yoga, because I had that 200-hour yoga teacher training and a 300-hour yoga teacher training. I'll graduate from the 300-hour on Saturday. Very excited. So I love the interaction between me and these spiritual practices. It's fun for me. But yes, being hard on yourself. Being hard on yourself. One thing that happens that I did want to discuss as well is, thank you. I'm excited, and that particular teacher is going to allow me to teach in their studio, but I'll be teaching online for their studio. I love holding space for others. It's an honor. I take it very seriously. It was funny because that course, the 300 hours, like a 9-month course. And so when I was talking to my yoga teacher, trainer, she was like, I can tell that you take this very seriously. And I was like, I probably take it a little too seriously, right? Like, I have a lot of reverence for it, but like, I'm serious about yoga because it's life. It's life. And she's like, yeah, I do too. Like, we both take it a little probably too seriously. And I have to remind myself, it's just yoga. This is just life. These are just things. And that freed me and is freeing me consistently from being too hard on myself. I didn't think I was being too hard on myself for a long time. I just thought it was normal. I have high standards. I need to meet them. That's it. That's it. That's all. There was no discussion. There was no introspection behind that. And I'm very proud of myself because over the last 2 to 3 years, I have been really allowing myself to say, well, hey, what if I am being too hard on myself? Even that's a spiritual practice, being able to look at a situation and see it completely differently, even asking those questions of yourself. Well, what if what I think is not true? It's spiritual work right there. And then to be able to then come, okay, well, then that means that if I am being too hard on myself, maybe I can be nicer to myself. Maybe I can go within and think about, like, what are the words that I'm saying to myself in all of this? How is that really impacting me and my physical body? I'll tell y'all, and this is kind of an edge for me to be vulnerable in this way, but I've had a lot of body stuff going on. And so part of the Venus energy and reason why I'm working with that is I want to be able to feel myself and to have love when I do this. Not to say, ooh, girl, that chest is getting bigger. Like, we need to probably work on monitoring what we're doing with our eating. No, just, I love you. Let me feel you. That's not easy when you've been building up some certain activity, certain mindset over time. And I had to notice that I was doing it in order to be able to then decide what I wanted to do with what I was noticing. And then I had to actually make some changes. So to be able to just feel my body and be grateful and thankful, because I got 10 fingers, 10 toes, they all doing what they supposed to do. My thighs, thunder, all kinds of thunder in these thighs. I utilize that for energy purposes. My knees. I got making knees, y'all. I'm telling you, it's amazing. I can do all kinds of things. My body works, and I have to allow myself to be grateful for that. Because there was a time when I couldn't do everything that I wanted to do. I got sick. I got really sick in the panini, the before times, probably 2021. I got really, really sick. And so I couldn't sit up by myself. And if you've ever been so sick that you can't sit up in the bed by yourself, you know, that's some scary territory. It's not a good place. It's not a fun place to be, to not be able to sit up on your own and then to be like, am I going to make it? I'd rather be thankful. I'd rather be grateful. No matter what my body is looking like, I'd rather be grateful than to not be able to sit up in the bed by myself, let alone stand up, get dressed, any of those things. Ashe, power. So yeah, not a good place. It's very scary. And I used to, thank goodness this is over, but I used to get really sick once a year. And it'd be almost like that, but that was probably the most terrifying thing in my life. I was really like last will and testament. Like that's where I was. I'm laughing now because that was wild, but I'm grateful to be here. So yeah, self-compassion and learning to pivot. Reason why I was talking about that course that I'm making for the guys is because I've had to pivot. Instead of making it like a stagnant course, I've decided to like make it an evergreen course so that they can join it anytime. But for right now, they got a limit. And then in the next couple months, I'll reopen it and let it be more of an evergreen course. Thank you. I'm grateful for you as well. Very, 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 very grateful. So I'm making it an evergreen course and pivot. I'm changing and I'm not being down on myself because of that. So, oh, my time was way up. But what I encourage you to carry with you for this next week is the idea that you can see yourself any way that is beneficial for you. And I encourage that way to be with love and self-compassion. Even if this is actually a meditation, excuse me, that I've done before, is I sit in whatever way I want to sit or stand or whatever. And then I picture myself like coming out of my body and being a separate entity looking at myself. And then I give myself all kinds of affirmations. So I'll be like, look at how beautiful your locks are. Look at how clear your skin is. Look at how beautiful the freckles on your face are. Look at how relaxed your shoulders are. Look at the way you're breathing. So mindful. Things like that. Whatever is fulfilling, uplifting, supportive for you. But that's one meditation that I've done. So I encourage you to kind of take that view, because a lot of times we're looking from the inside out when we're looking at ourselves. But look at yourself as an outside entity, really admiring the beauty, because you're beautiful. You're beautiful. What it took to create you and the fact that you're still here many, many years later, like it's amazing. We really are. It's something that I actually learned as well in yoga teacher training. Oh yeah, absolutely. Oh yeah, I'm definitely happy to talk to you offline. You can DM me, and we can just talk like text, or you can set up a video chat if you want to do that. I'll send you my link. It's free. It's no charge for that. But yeah, it's vital in these days and times, because so much is happening, and I think a lot of us are going with the wave of all of the information, and we're forgetting we in and of ourselves, we're whole data centers, right? We got information going on in our bodies all the time. So if you want to tune into some news, tune into the fact that, you know, your belly is a little bit off or your breathing isn't as deep. That's information. If you want some news, let you be the news. I don't watch the news. My partners, I have 2 nesting partners and I have 1 long distance partner, and they all watch the news in the morning. And I'm like, your brain is not happy about that. like your nervous system doesn't like it because it's all negativity. But we all make our own choices. Yeah, this is my news. I got enough information to tune into, enough scandal. Like, why is my toe feeling like that? That's scandalous enough for me. But yeah. Oh no, I can't. It's not. It was part of my life probably prior to like September 2001. And then when I was pregnant, then I was in high school. I was pregnant, and I'm like, nobody feels this. Like, it feels terrible. They were just repeating the same trauma over and over again everywhere I went. My parents had it on in the house. People had it on, like, if you go outside to any kind of restaurant or whatever, it's just repeating the same trauma. I'm like, we know what happened. I need y'all to, like, not keep playing it everywhere. It's on the radio, and it's just very traumatizing. So a lot of us still even hold that kind of trauma within our body. We got to, like, let that stuff go. But yeah, I was supposed to be done 10 minutes ago. But I think I am going to start going live again over here. If not on this page, it will be on my Sabali Sodality page. I have to go grab the link and then I'll put it in here. Because I'm trying to move everything there. This is more my page of just me being I got all kinds of stuff going on over here. But, so I may be posting about anything, y'all. But my other page is is more centered. It's about spirituality, yoga, meditation. This one, you'll get that, but you might get some other stuff too. And polyamory. I talk about polyamory on both, but more so over here. Do I talk about my polyamorous journey? But that's part of my yoga. Oh gosh, I got so much to say all the time, but we'll just leave it at that. I will make sure that you're in the group, Erica, and thank you all. A few people were in and out, so thank you all for watching. If you are still here, because I'm not sure, I can't quite tell, go ahead and drop a purple heart in the comments. It lets me know that you watched live. And if you're watching the replay, thank you so much. Drop a blue heart in the comments. Lets me know that you watched the replay. If you are looking for